Spoilers ahead. This video has spoilers for Sonic Adventure 2 as well as Sonic 3. Alright, so guys, we're finally building Super Shadow versus the BioLizard, and I guess we're just gonna ignore Super Sonic being here because his name is not mentioned in the title of the box. Just kidding, we love Super Sonic. But yeah, as I said, this is Super Shadow and Super Sonic versus the BioLizard from Sonic Adventure 2. This set isn't quite accurate though, because this BioLizard is actually the BioLizard that Shadow goes against, because the BioLizard is the prototype for Shadow, and this is before, the BioLizard becomes part of the arc and then, the final battle. So as I said, spoiler, you didn't know it was the final battle of Sonic Adventure 2. It is. But can we talk about Sonic 3? I feel like it's been enough time that you guys have either seen the movie if you want to see it, and if you haven't seen it, you probably already chose not to see it. So I just feel like this is the perfect time for me to talk about the movie. And I just have to say, that opening sequence where they show Shadow in the tube, I kind of want to do my own diorama of it because it just looks so cool, and I just loved the prison island. It was just really nice, and him escaping and all that, and skating on the water. The animation for him skating on the water was so hype. I was at the edge of my seat in the theater. I was trying not to scream or anything because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person. But can I talk about the pacing of this movie? This movie's pacing was so fast, and I know it's funny because it's a Sonic movie, but I mean but fast, but in a good way, because within the first 10 minutes, Sonic Team, aka Team Hero, meet up with Shadow. It wasn't a drawn out thing. They were seeing Shadow within the first 10 minutes, and I was just like, oh, we're here. Oh, okay, I guess. And obviously the references to Sonic Adventure 2 with them jumping out of the helicopter, and it's it's just good stuff. Good stuff. This movie, I do have to say, even though I feel like Eggman has taken a very different direction. Let me be fair, all the characters have taken a different direction for the most part from their video game counterpart, but I feel like Eggman has taken the biggest leap. But I do like the portrayal of Eggman and Gerald Robotnik in this movie, this kind of buddy cop situation. It's buddy villains, and it's his grandfather, and the dance sequence. There was just a lot in this movie that I was just giggling. I was having a good time, and that's the whole point of these movies. If you're not having fun watching these movies, what's the point? What's the point? As I said, I do get that these characters, all of them for the most part, maybe minus Tails a bit. I feel like Tails is kind of on par with his video game counterpart, mainly because he's also voiced by the same person who voices him in the video game. So Tails is Tails. Knuckles for the most part is kind of in a weird area, because I kind of feel throughout the years Knuckles' character has been shifting and changing anyway. So I feel like Knuckles might kind of be more similar to his newest iterations, where he's still stoic and still, has honor and all that, but he's kind of dumb. He's just, but it's not that he's dumb on purpose. He just doesn't know. But Sonic, I feel like Sonic and Shadow are very different from their video game counterparts as well. Not as different as Eggman, but Sonic, I feel in the video games, he's more of a free spirit. Dude is all about his friends and family in this movie, and that's great. But not saying that Sonic doesn't care about his friends, because he loves his friends. But I feel like Sonic will be running all around the world, doing his own thing, just kind of being gone for months on end and all that jazz until a new adventure starts. Obviously Tails is his best buddy, so he'll be keeping contact with him, but I feel all the other characters don't see him as often. So it's just Sonic being tied down to a family and actually having a family dynamic. It's actually very cool. I do like this new Sonic, but I still prefer game Sonic. As for Shadow, though, I do like his portrayal in the movie, but I don't like how they kind of retconned his story. Like, as I said, every character has been retconned at this point, but like, he kind of came to Earth the Superman way, just kind of crash landed, and then they started experimenting on him or whatnot. Like, I don't know. I know Black Doom probably wouldn't make sense in the movies, but like, I kind of wanted there to be like the Black Doom arc and all that stuff, and the clone arc, and just all the crazy stuff that Shadow went through. Like, I feel like that's part of his character and his development. Like, Sonic doesn't necessarily, you know, changing Sonic's backstory doesn't really change the character, but I kind of feel like changing Shadow's backstory does. Like, you know, obviously we had the usual Maria gone, just gone. You know what happened. Like, that part's still there, but for the most part, I feel like Shadow is a different character because he doesn't have the development that he once had. Like, I think Keanu did like a really good job. I will say, like, that scene where they were Super Sonic and Super Shadow in the movie and they were fighting like all across the world, I was so hyped. I saw the movie in 4DX, so my seat was moving. Like, I felt like I was being thrown all over the place. I felt speed. I felt like I was like actually being thrown everywhere. Like, it was crazy. It was a good time. If you haven't seen a movie in 4DX, by the way, like, I know it costs a little bit more money. Movies are expensive already, but if you have a movie that you're looking forward to and you have a little extra cash to be able to get 4DX, get the 4DX. It will amplify your movie experience. I'm just saying, it changes the movie. It adds to the movie. Obviously, the movie is now out on digital, so I've already seen it like 2 other times on digital. And it's still a really great movie, but I feel like that 4DX really sold the experience for me. I'm just saying. Really good. I would do it again if they re-released it in theaters. But, you know, obviously, that was my take on the movie. I really enjoyed it. It was a very fun movie. I can't wait for Sonic 4. And for those of you who haven't seen the movie, you're probably like, shouldn't they just end it on Sonic 3? No, we're getting Sonic 4, and we're getting some other characters that, you know what, I won't spoil those, because I'll talk about that in another video. I'm actually going to be streaming very soon, and I'm going to be building another Sonic Lego set. If you've seen the movie, you probably already know which set I'm alluding to, but if you haven't, go ahead and take your time to, you know, comment at the bottom. And even if you have seen the movie, you can take your guess as well, because, you know, engagement and all that. And I would also like to take this moment to thank the Patreons. I really appreciate you guys. You guys make videos like this possible, because at the end of the day, model kits, Lego sets, like, these things cost money. Like, they cost money. So I appreciate you guys, because it really does help contribute towards that kind of stuff. It also helps contribute towards some of my art supplies. We're going to be having some, you know, art videos coming very soon, so be on the lookout for that as well. But yeah, guys, that's all I got. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for letting me rant about Sonic, which is, I guess, one of my special interests. And yeah, make sure you take care of yourself, drink some water, and of course, stay spooky.